Tonight we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
On 2nd down, Swift. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Judy. He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change. And he's
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw here.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways. But you're right, they want to run their offense through him.
Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally. But he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And his kick is indeed good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
Touchdown!
DeAndre Swift.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Falcons now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now, having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. This is caught by Williams.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
The Vikings at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it. Here's Cook.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
17 more yards.
A quick throw. Here's Shepard. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Cousins. Looking for Shepard deep. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Irv Smith Jr., his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Side is Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins.
Little out route here, complete to Shepard.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned.
He's got a man, complete. And he brought down just shy of 40.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
4th down, Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that is